Good morning, each and everyone. My name is Joanna May Sugitan, and this is a summative report in Introduction to Computing. Here are the topics: industry in the profession, evolution of computing, key components of a computer system and operating systems, office productivity tools, malware, computer security, network, internet, and internet protocols, computer networking terminology, HTML and CSS, computer systems organization and architecture. Industry in the profession, professions and career in the computing fields, computing domains, computing disciplines, computing knowledge area. And here are the professions and careers in the computing fields. We have the career area on management. The job titles are Chief Information Officer, CIO, and Chief Technology Officer, the CTO, e-commerce, and Director. They direct the company information service and communications functions. While in Network Administrator / Wireless Network Administrator, they supervises the development and execution of Internet or the e-commerce system. Works with the company's marketing and customer service divisions. Installs, configures, and maintains LANs, WANs, wireless networks, intranets, and internet systems. Identifies and resolves connectivity issues. Project Leader Manager oversees all assigned projects, allocates resources, selects teams, performance system analysis, and programming tasks, conducts performance appraisals. In career of system development and programming, the courses are computer games designer or programmer, computer scientist, database analysis, desktop mobile application programmer developer, web software developer. In technical service, we have the computer technician, database administrator, desktop publisher / compositor, digital forensics examiner, graphic designer / illustrator, quality assurance specialist, storage administrator analysis, web designer, webmaster / web administrator, and we also have in the operations, which are the courses as computer operator, data communication analysis, VoIP specialist. In training career, we have the ITIS, CS instructor, corporate trainer, and the help desk specialist, chief security officer or CSO, computer security specialist, mobile security specialist, network security administrator, and security administrator. In computing domains, we have the computer theory, algorithms, cryptography, distributed computing, cloud computing, computational learning, computer vision, big data, neutral networks, and tractable problems with intractable problem. In computing disciplines, we have the computer engineering, typically involves software and hardware, and the development of systems that involve software, hardware, and communications. Computer science, currently the most popular of the computing disciplines, tends to be relatively broad and with an emphasis of undyingly science aspects or underlying science aspects. Information systems. Essentially, this is a computing in an organizational context, typically in businesses. Information technology focuses on the computing infrastructure and needs of individual users, tends to involve a study system, perhaps just software systems, but perhaps also systems in support of learning, of information dissemination, and etc. Software engineering focuses on a large-scale software system, employs certain ideas from the world of engineering in building reliable software system, Lastly, the mixed disciplinary majors. Computing knowledge areas, we have the computing engineering or computer engineering, computer science, software engineering, information technology, and information systems. Evolution of computer. Computer in its four basic functions. Computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. You may already know that you can use a computer to type documents, send email, play games, and browse the web. You can also use it to edit or create spreadsheets, presentations, and even videos. Four basic functions of computer are the input, process, output, and the storage. In input device, it is a piece of equipment used to provide data and control signals to an information processing system, such as a computer or information appliance. For example of input devices includes the keyboards, mouse, scanner, cameras, joysticks, and microphones. Now in processing data, we have the processing devices, we have the components responsible for the processing of information within the computer system. This includes devices such as CPU, memory, and motherboard. Now in output devices, there are many output created by the computer system. This includes printed documents, on-screen data, and sound. An output device allows data to be transmitted by the computer in a human-friendly form. For example, sound being played through the speaker, or an image or a video played through the screen monitor. Lastly, we have the storage. Storage devices are the components which allow the data to be stored within a computer system. Characteristics of computer. Number one, we have the speed. You might be aware to learn that the computer can execute instructions thousands of times faster than a human brain can. Number two, we have the accuracy. Every calculation is formed with the same accuracy. The error in the computer are due to the human and inaccurate data. Number three, intelligence. It can work for hours without creating any error. If millions of calculations are to be formed, our computer will perform every calculation with the same accuracy. Number four, versatility. It means that the capacity to perform completely different type of work. You may use your computer to prepare payroll slips. Number five, power of remembering. Computer has the power of storing any amount of information or data. Any information can be stored and recalled as long as you required it. Number six, computer has no IQ. It can not do any work without instruction from a user. No feelings. It does not have feelings or emotion, taste, knowledge, and experience. Thus, it does not get tired even after long hours of work. Lastly, we have the storage. The computer has an inbuilt memory where it can store a large amount of data. Next, history of computers. The first computer invented was the abacus. Second was the Napier bones, Pascal, step reckoner, or Leibniz wheel, difference engine, analytical engine, tabulating machine, differential analyzer, and lastly, the Mark I. Generations of computer. We have the first generation of computer. The first generation was 1946 to 1959. Computers were slow, huge, and expensive. Some of popular first generation computer are ENIAC, or the Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, the EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, UNIVACI, Universal Automatic Computer, IBM 701, IBM 650, and the second generation of computers was on 1959 to 1965 was the area of transistor computers. These computers can use transistors which were cheap, compact, and assuming less power. It made transistor computers faster than the first generation computers. Some of the popular second generation computers are the IBM 1620, IBM 7094, CDC 1604, CDC 36 or 3600, UNIVAC 1108, and the third generation computer. This third generation computer used to remote processing, time sharing, multi-programming as operating system. Also, a high-level programming languages like Fortran, Fortran 2 to 4, COBOL, Pascal, PL/1, Algol 68 were used in this generation. Some of these popular third generation computers are IBM 360 series, the PDP Personal Data Processor, IBM 370/168, and TDC 316. Fourth generation computers. The fourth generation computers was on 1971 to 1980. Computers use very large-scale integrated VLSI circuits, a chip containing millions of transistors and other circuit elements. Some of the popular fourth-generation computers are DEC-10, Star 1000, PDP-11, Cray-1 supercomputer, Cray-X MP supercomputer. Lastly, we have the fifth generation computer. It is on 1980 till date. Computers, the CLSI or the VLSI technology was replaced with the ULSI ultra large scale integration. It made possible the production of the microprocessor chips, the 10 million electronic components. This generation computer used parallel processing hardware and AI, artificial intelligence software. The programming language used in this generation were C++ or C, and then Java, Net, and etc. Some of the popular fifth generation computer are the desktop, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, and Chromebook. Now we go to the classification of computers. The computer system can be classified in the following bases. First one, we have on the basis of purpose. Number two, the basis of data handling. On the basis of the size. Classification of the basis of purpose. We have general purpose. Computers are designed to perform a range of tasks. They have the ability to store numerous programs but lack of speed and efficiency. Second one, we have the specific purpose. Computers are designed to handle a specific problem or to perform a specific task. A set of instructions is built into the machine. Now we go to the classifications on the basis of data handling. Number one, the analog computer. An analog computer, spelled analog in British English, is a form of computer that uses continuous physical phenomena such as electrical, mechanical, or hydraulic quantities of model of the problem being solved. Number two, digital computer. A computer that performs calculation and logical operations with quantities represented as digits, usually in the binary number system. Number three, we have the hybrid computer, an analog plus digital. A combination of computer, those are the capable input and outputting in a both digital and analog signals. A hybrid computer system setup offers a cost-effective method of performing complex simulation. Classification on the basis of size. We have the supercomputer, mainframe computer, mini computer, microcomputer or personal computer. Lastly, we have the workstations. We go to another topic, key components of a computer system, operating systems. Components of computer system. Computer hardware consists of internal and peripheral devices, all physical parts of the computer or everything that can be touched. Like for example, we have the input devices, output devices, central processing unit, and storage devices. As we tackled about earlier, we have given the examples of input, output, processing devices, and storage devices. Computer software, also known as a program of applications, it gives intelligence to the computer. They are classified into two classes, namely system software and application software. Now we have the humanware. It is the person who operates computer. The user commands the computer system to execute on instructions. We go to the computer hardware. It consists of all the machineries and equipments in the computer system. In general, computer hardware is categorized according to which of the 5 computer operations it performs. We have the input devices, processing devices, storage devices, and output devices. Classification of input hardware. Input devices. It is any electronic devices connected to the computer that produce output signals or input signals. It is also used to enter the data and instruction into the computer. It translates data from form that humans understand to one that the computer can work with. Input devices for text and messages, input devices for audio, input devices for video, pointing devices. Output devices, hardware that is capable of delivering or showing information to the one or more user. As output device displays, prints, presents the result of the computer's work. We have the soft copy, visual monitor or sound on a speaker. Hard copy, input or tangible, something that you can touch, as a printer prints out. Storage devices, we have 2 types of computer storage devices. We have the primary storage and secondary storage. Primary storage is the main memory in the computer. It stores data and programs that can be accessed directly by the computer. There are 2 types of primary storage. We have the RAM and the ROM. Secondary storage is another alternative storage to save your work and documents. This can be removable, internal and external. It is very useful to store programs, and for future use, it is non-volatile, which means that it does not need power to maintain information stored in it. It will store the information until it is erased. 3 types of secondary storage. We have the magnetic medium, we have the optical medium, flash memory. Magnetic medium is a non-volatile storage medium. It can be any type of storage medium that utilizes magnetic patterns to represent information. Optical medium, it is a storage media holds content with a digital form that is written and read by laser. Flash memory, it is a solid state, non-volatile, writable memory that functions like RAM and a hard disk drive. Now we have the system unit. The system unit is a box-like case that houses the computer's main hardware components. Parts of computer units: motherboard, mainboard. The motherboard is the main circuit board holding the integrated circuit for the microprocessor, memory, and etc. Hard disk drive storage HDD is used as the main storage device for programs and data when the computer is not being used. Optical drive, CD or DVD. A DVD drive allows removable optical disc to be used to store information. Number 4, memory/RAM. Memory is the process working area and is all the operations actually take place while the computer is running. Microprocessor/central processing unit or the CPU. This is the computer on a chip and is the device which actually executes the instruction. Components of CPU: we have the control unit, coordinates and controls all part of the computer system. Arithmetic, logic unit, performs arithmetic or logical operations. Registers, temporarily stores the most frequently used instruction and data. Computer power supply, this supplies the electricity to all the parts of computer. Heatsink/fan, this sits on the top of CPU and draw heat up into the fins of the heatsink, and then the fan pulls up all through the fin, cooling them. That is how the CPU stays cool. Otherwise, it would overheat and shut down the computer. Network card, attached to the PCI, peripheral components interconnection, slots used for broadband connection like cable or DSL. Now we have the sound card. It is the computer's expansion card that facilitates the input and output of audio signals to form a computer under control of computer programs. Number 10, we have the graphic cards. It is an expansion card whose function is to generate output image to the display. Chipset, it is a collection of chips that provide the switching circuitry needed to move data through the computer. Cooling fan is used for cooling purposes. CMOS battery, it provides CMOS with the power when the computer is turned off. All the motherboard comes with a battery. These batteries mount on the common onboard battery and built-in battery. CMOS means complementary metal oxide semiconductor. IDE, integrated drive electronics controller. It is responsible controlling in hard drive and CD-ROM. SATA, serial advanced technology to touch controller. Major upgrades of the IDE controllers, responsible for controlling the hard drive and CD-ROM. We have the computer software components. Computer software, it refers to the set of computer programs produces that describes the programs, how they are used. We can say that it is a collection of programs which increase the capabilities of the hardware. Software guides the computer at every steps where to start and stop during particular job. The process of software development is called programming. We also have the categories of software. Computer software is normally classified into two broad categories. We have the system software and application software. System software provides all interface between the system hardware and the user. It lets the system understand the command that the user inputs. We can also say that the system software serves as an interface between the hardware in a system and application software. It is also called as general purpose software. The end user usually does not directly interact with the system software. The user only gets to interact with the GUI that has been created by the system software. Next one, we have the application software. Application software written on a high-level language such as Java, C++, .NET, and VB, for instance. This software is meant for meeting some specific needs of the user. Some kinds of application software are designing software, a computing software, and an editing software. There is a specific purpose behind every application software. Capabilities of software: object linking and embedding. It allows the information to be shared between applications, like for example, a spreadsheet created in Excel can be imported into a Word. Portability of data. People who are different types of computer with different operating system and applications often need to transfer files and the program among their computers. FTP, file transfer protocol, allows file to be transferred over the internet among different types of computer. Upgradability. Software upgrades can provide new and useful feature, but they can also cause problems such as a document may not be compatible version. Like for example, a Word 6 file can be read in the Word 97, but a Word 97 file cannot be read in Word 6. Humanware. It describes the customer experience of software and hardware. More particularly, it has to do with the facilities of the computer system being developed based on the interests and needs of the user. It is also called as the livingware. It refers to the users of the computer system, either direct or indirect users. We have the category computer engineers, software engineers, information technology specialists, web designer, computer technicians, computer operator, system analysis, project manager, programmer, database administrator, and server administrator. Now let's move to the office productivity tools. Let's go first with the Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word allows you to create professional quality documents, reports, letters, and resumes. Unlike a plain text editor, Microsoft Word has the feature of including spell check, grammar check text, and font formatting, HTML support, image support, advanced page layout, and more. Microsoft Word offers many features not found in traditional text editor or a plain text file. Some advantages include changing of formatting, for example, center, editing the font type, size, color, inserting pictures, and much more. Now we go to the Microsoft Excel, a software program created by Microsoft that uses spreadsheets to organize numbers and data with formulas and functions. Excel analysis is ubiquitous around the world and used by businesses of all sizes of perform financial analytics. A macro programming language called Visual Basic for Applications, or VBA. Excel forms part of the Microsoft Office suite of the software. Excel is typically used to organize data and perform financial analysis. It is used across all businesses functions and at companies from small to large. Microsoft PowerPoint is a powerful slideshow presentation program. It is a standard component of computers' Microsoft Office suite software. It is bundled together with Word, Excel, and other Office productivity tools. The program uses slides to convey information rich in multimedia. The term slide refers to the old slide projector, which is this software efficiently replaces. They custom animation, add photos, videos, and sound effects, save as a web page, print presentations as handouts, embed, embed your YouTube videos. Let's proceed to another topic, malware. Malware, short for malicious software, is a file or code typically delivered over a network that is infects, explore, steal, or conduct virtual any behavior an attacker wants. And because malware comes in so many variants, there are numerous methods to infect computer system. Though varied in type of capabilities, malware usually has one of the following objectives. It provides remote control for an attacker to use an infected machine, send spam from the infected machine to unsuspecting targets, investigate the infected user's local network, and steal sensitive data. Here are the examples of different malwares. We go with the virus malware, programs that copy themselves throughout the computer or network. Malware use viruses. Piggy bank is existing programs and can only be activated when a user opens the program. At their worst, viruses can corrupt or delete data. The, the data used the user's email to spread or erase everything on the hard disk. Trojan malwares. Malware disguised in what appears to be legitimate software. Once activated, malware trojans will conduct whatever action they have been programmed to carry out. Unlike viruses and worms, trojans do not replicate or reproduce through infection. Trojans alludes to the mythological story of Greek soldier hidden inside a wooden horse has that has given to the enemy city of Troy. Now we have the spyware, malware that collects information about the usage of the infected computer and communicates it back to the tracker. The term includes botnet, adware, backdoor behavior, keyloggers, data, theft, and networms. Worms, self-replicating viruses that exploit security vulnerabilities to automatically spread themselves across the computer and networks. Unlike many virus, malware worms do not attach to existing program or alter files. They typically go unnoticed until replication reaches a scale that consumes significant system resources or the network bandwidth. Zombie programs that take control of your computer and use it in an internet connection to attack other computers' networks or to perform other criminal activities. Phishing. It attacks are its attack or the practice of sending fraudulent communications that appear to come from the reputable sources. It is usually performed through email. The goal of is to steal sensitive data like credit card and log informations or to install malware on the victim's machine. Adware. While some forms of adware may be considered legitimate, others make unauthorized access to computer system and greatly disrupts user. And spam. Most spam is irritating and time consuming. But some spam is positively dangerous to handle. Usually email scams are trying to get you to give up your bank details, or so that the fraudsters can either withdraw money or steal your identity. Ransomware is a criminal business model that uses malicious software to hold valuable files, data, or information for ransom. Victims of ransomware attack may have their operations severely degraded or shut down entirely. Here are some examples of how malware is distributed. It is distributed through social networks, pirated software, removable medias, emails, and website. What are the positive damages or the possible damages that it can make versus the data lost, account theft, botnets, and financial losses? So how can you protect your computer? Install projection software. Practice caution when working with the files from unknown or questionable sources. Do not use emails if you don't recognize, or do not open emails if you don't recognize the sender. Download files only from the reputable sites. Install firewall. Scan your hard drive from viruses monthly. These are some symptoms that may happen to computer if it has a malware. Increases the CPU usage, slow computer or web browser speed, problems connecting to the network, freezing or crashing, modified or deleted files, appearance of the strange files programs or desktop icon. Computer security. Computer security is a security applied to computing devices such as computers, smartphones, as well as computer networks such as private and public network, including the whole internet, the field over all the processes and mechanism by which digital equipment, information, and services are protected from unintended or unauthorized access, change, or destruction, and are of growing importance in line with the increasing reliance of a computer system of most societies worldwide. It includes physical security to prevent theft of the equipment and inform the security to protect the data on the equipment. Here are the important terms in a computer security. We have vulnerability, backdoors, denial of service attack, direct access attack, eavesdropping, spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, exploit, and indirect attacks. Top 10 crime prevention tips. Use a strong password. Secure your computer. Activate firewall. Use antivirus or anti-malware software and block spyware attacks. Number 3, be a social media savvy. Number 4, secure our mobile devices. 5, install the latest operating system updates. 6, protect your data. 7, secure your wireless network. 8, protect your identity. 9, avoiding being scammed. And 10, call the right person for help. Computer security triad. 3 traditional areas of computer security. We have the first, the confidentiality. Only authorized person can read the protected information. Second one, we had the integrity. Only authorized persons can write or change the protected information. Number T, availability. Authorized person can read or write the information in a timely manner. Next, we have the network, internet, and internet protocols. Network architecture, client/server. Client-server describes the relationship between two computer programs in which one program, the client, makes a service request from another program, the server, which fulfills the request. Second one, we have the peer-to-peer. A peer-to-peer or P2P Network is created when two or more PCs are connected and share resources without going through separate server computer. Advantage of networking: facilities of technical support. Because of having computer networking, a person is sitting in the United States of America provides technical support to a person sitting in a remote part of India. Easy sharing of data. With the help of networking, it is very simple to share all formats of digital data from one computer system to another. We have also the easy sharing of hardware resources. With the help of networking, it has now become the simple to share expensive resources including storage spaces, professors, processors, fax, and etc. Another one with the easy sharing software. Through the network system, it is easy to share and install the software from one computer system to another computer system. Easy to decentralize data processing. Through the networking system, it is very simple to decentralize the data processing system. It ultimately helps to control, secure, and manage the importance of data. Easy to communicate. With the help of networking, the communication system has now become highly efficient, frugal, and fast. The different modes of communication are text chattings, video chatting, and emails. Disadvantage of networking: purchasing the network cabling and file server can be expensive. Managing a large network is complicated, requires training, and a network manager usually need to be employed. Next, we have if the file server breaks down, the files of the file servers become inaccessible. Email might still work if it is on a separate server. The computer can still be used but are isolated. Viruses can spread the other computers throughout a computer network. There are a danger of hacking, particularly with wide area networks. Security procedures are needed to prevent such abuse, for example, in a firewall. Now let's proceed to network devices. Hardware devices that are used to connect computers, printers, fax machines, and other electronic devices to a network are called network devices. These devices transfer data in a fast, secure, and correct way over same or different networks. Networks devices may be inter-network or intra-network. Some devices are installed on the device like a NIC card or RJ45 connector, whereas some are part of the network like router, switch, etc. Let us explore some of these devices in greater detail. First, we have the modem. Modem is a device that enables a computer to send or receive data over telephone or cable lines. The data stored in the computer in digital, whereas the telephone line or cable wire transmit only analog data. Here are the lines. Here we can see the digital data waveform, and the other one is the analog data waveform. Now let's go to the types of modem. We have three types of modem: the simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Simplex is a modem that transfer data in only one direction from digital device to network modulator or network to digital device demodulator. Half duplex is a modem has the capacity to transfer data in both directions but only one at a time. A full duplex modem can transmit data in both the directions stimu- simultaneously. Rather. Another topic, computer network terminology. WAN or WAN, it stands for the Wide Area Network and covers a wide area such as a city. LAN or LAN stands for Local Area Network and covers a small area such as small office or home. It physically connects all the computers located in the premises. Internet is a computer network system that connects the computer of the world. It is normally connecting through WAN and LAN. Intranet, it is a closed-room computer network system as it covers a small area and only authorized people can be accessed. Extranet is also a sort of internet access to which is granted only to a few. World Wide Web or the WWW, it is a service that is used on internet to view and search content in the form of web page. Instant messaging, IM, it is an online facility that facilitates us to talk or chat. Voice over Internet Protocol, it is a protocol in which is used especially for voice transfer over IP network. Really simple syndication. It is a technique which is used for dissemination of information, articles, and etc. Weblog, it is a sort of office inventory, normally specialized topics that consist of series of entries. We have also the podcast. It is a digital file that normally contains audio or video record. It is available on the internet as well. Social network websites, it refers to the website that facilitate user with a common platform where they can share their message in text, audio, or even video form. Chat rooms is a dedicated area on the internet that facilitator or facilitates user to communicate. Public switch telephone network. It is a technical expression for public telephone system. Integrated services digital network. It is a set of communication standards in the transmits voice, video, data, and other network services simultaneously. Asymmetric digital subscriber line is a sort of digital subscriber line technology that facilitates faster than data transmission. Download is a process that saves data from internet into a personal computer. Dial-up, it is a technique in which phone lines is used in order to connect to the internet. And broadband, it is a type of bandwidth that data transmission that transport multiple signal and traffic type of swiftly. Internet concepts, what is internet? The internet is essentially a global network of computing resources. You can think of the internal as a physical collection of routers and circuits as a set of shared resources. Some common definitions given in the past includes a network of networks based of the TCP/IP communication protocol, a community of people who use and develop those networks, HTML and CSS. What is HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is a standard markup language for documents designed to be displayed in a web browser. It can be assisted by technologies such as cascading style sheet, CSS, and scripting languages such as JavaScript. HTML elements are the building blocks of HTML pages. With HTML constructs, images, and other objects such as interactive forms may be embedded into the rendered page. HTML provides a means to create in structures documents by denoting structural semantic for such text semantic for text such as heading, paragraph, list, links, codes, and other items. HTML elements are deline, deline, delineated by tags written using angle brackets and other tags to surround it provide information about documents text and may include other tags as sub-elements. HTML elements, we have the HTML attributes. HTML heading is a title or titles or subtitles you want to display on a web page. HTML paragraph, the HTML symbolizes P element defines a paragraph. HTML formatting element that designed to display special type of text. HTML link syntax and HTML tags defined as hyperlink. HTML image can improve the design and the appearance of a web page. HTML table, the table tag defined on HTML table. Now, what is CSS? It is the cascading style sheets. CSS is used to format the layouts of a web page. With CSS, you can control the colors, font, and size of text, the spacing between elements, and how elements positioned and laid out. What background image or background color are to be used, different displays to different devices and screen sizes, and much more. The word cascading means that is style applied to a parent element would also apply to all children elements within the parent. CSS selector syntax. The following table provides a summary of selector syntax, indicating usage and version of CSS that introduce it. In CSS selector, declare which part of the markup a style applies by matching tags and attributes in markup itself. Selectors may apply to the following: all elements of a specific type, for example, second level header. H2 elements specified by attribute in particular ID, an identifier, class, an identifier that can annotate multiple elements in a document. Elements depending on how they are placed relatively to others with the document tree. Computing system organization and architecture. Last topic. The difference between these two are computer organization is study of the system from software point of view and gives overall description of the system and working principles without working into so much details. In other words, it is mainly about the programmer's or user point of view. Computer architecture is a study of the system from hardware point of view and emphasis on how the system is implemented basically from light of the designer's point of view. Computer's organization refers to the operational units and their interconnection that realize the architectural specifications. Hardware details and transparency of programmer involves the studying of major functional units of the computer and how they work. Attributes the computer or organization: control signals, a pulse of frequency and electricity, a light that represents a control command as it travels over the network. A computer channel or wireless. In a data communication world, control signals typically travel the same path as the data, either as separate packets or contained within the data packets. Computer peripheral interface or peripheral is a device that is connected to the host computer but not part of it. Interface is a point of interaction with the software or computer hardware, or with the peripheral device such as a computer monitor or a keyboard. There are two types of interfaces. We have the hardware interface. Exists on the computer system between many of the components such as various buses, storage devices, other I/O devices, and etc. Number 2, software interfaces refers to the range of different types of interface at different levels. An operating system may interface within pieces of hardware. The memory is a collection of storage units or device storage. Next, we go to the computer architecture. This is specification detailing on how a set of software and hardware technology stands interact to form a computer system platform. Number 2 refers to how a computer system is designed and what technologies it is compatible with. The functional behavior of a computer system is viewed by the programmer. And lastly, the theory behind the design of a computer. Attributes of the computer architecture or instruction set architecture. The part of the processor that is visible to the programmer or compiler's writer. Server is the boundary between software and hardware, which is the data presentation. Refers to the methods used internally to represent information stored in a computer. When a computer stores lots of different types of information, numbers, text. Next one, we have the I/O mechanism, the communication between an information processing system or addressing the techniques. And we have also an aspect of the instruction set architecture is most central processing unit CPU designs. That's all, and thank you so much for listening.